Imagine that you're, say, running a portfolio management services company or you're part of their client servicing team. Every day, dozens of prospective investors fill out inquiry forms. And now, before you can even recommend the right investment plan, your client servicing team has to, say, understand the client's income, investment goals, risk appetite, investment horizon, and many other things to then decide which portfolio is suitable for them. This entire process can easily take up to 30 minutes to an hour for every investor and for your client servicing team. But the question over here comes in is what if you could automate this entire process where your client servicing team just has to spend less than 2 minutes to do that entire qualification and recommend the right plan to your investors. In this video, I'll show you exactly how we have built that particular use case using Python. So let's quickly get into it. Now, when we go on to Python, the very first thing that we see is we're starting by installing the required dependencies and the directories. Now that is done. The step 2, that is in terms of defining what are the different types of PMS plans that we are offering. So say for example over here we are taking that we have 3 plans, that's capital shield, balanced growth, and alpha aggressive plan. And all of these 3 are used for different class of investors, those with say medium appetite, high appetite, or a low appetite. And not just that particular parameter, but also based on what is their investment amount, what sort of income do they have, and how many financial dependents are there on for them. Now consider that okay, we have said this. What comes as a next step is to understand the profile of the investor. Now these are usual inputs that we take when we are say having a conversation with a prospective investor over call or a meeting or through a chat. So we are just quickly defining what are those parameters that we will require to actually score an investor and classify them and which plan can be appropriate for them. So as you can see, what I'm taking over here is the name, age, investment amount, what is the investment horizon that they are looking at, what is the current risk appetite, how does the primary goal look like, annual income, and all of the other parameters that are there. Then what I'm doing is that I'm further taking a few more input parameters to get certain more clarity in terms of say how would they class their current existing market exposure as. Would it be some significant? And so we are just giving certain options for the customers to give as an input. Now finally what that does is it creates that particular person's investor profile. Then we move into the scoring engine, and this is one of the most interesting thing where based on whatever inputs that you are getting, ideally this is something that happens at a human level where a decision gets made that okay, if they fall in this criteria, then let us pitch them this particular portfolio. But over here, exactly based on these multiple parameters, this system scores within seconds and gives the output to you. So we are taking say risk appetite as one of the parameters, then investment horizon as a parameter. What is their age? That is considered as a parameter. Why? Because the younger you are, the more risk appetite you can have. So considering these basic things and understanding what are the current liquidity needs versus their existing market exposure, we give them a score out of 100. And once the scoring is done, based on that, as we mentioned earlier, as part of our different plans, we're going to exactly give or recommend that particular plan to the client. And finally, what we are doing is that we are having a rule-based summary created that gives us an output that what is the exact recommended plan. Finally, what we're going to do over here is we're going to run this entire thing and see how does it work. So when I actually click on run, that is my part of my this. So it first of all asks me say the client name. So I'll just enter my name over here. And this is also something that say for example, instead of your investors filling in, your clients can also fill in. Then say for example, you mentioned the investment amount. Say consider that 5 lakh is the investment amount. I would consider that as a horizon of 5 years. Say high is the risk appetite, and we say mention other thing. Now say it's asking for the financial growth. So we here say wealth growth is what I'm looking at. Then my current annual income, whatever that is, I can say mention that. Then what is my current liquidity need? So what we are doing over here is very simple. We are just giving it certain parameters for it to get an idea as to what all things can be done. And finally, what it has as an output over here is first the score breakdown, then the recommended plan. It tells me that okay, for that recommended plan, what are the different things that it is doing. It is even telling me what will the asset allocation. So what I can then do is based on that, I can create a complete customized report or a message or an email that I can send to my clients or my prospective investors who are there at the top of the funnel. Further, showing that if they still have an intent or interest, they would book a meeting to know more about this. So this was about it. This was about how you can actually build such a use case when you're redefining the way GDM works for capital market companies by using a platform like this. It's a very small part of the process, but it shows you how immense your time saving can be when it comes to client servicing. So this is about it. If you found this useful, then please do like and subscribe to our channel. And thank you so much for watching this video.